it is your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. We're zooming in and focusing in a little bit more in depth on a counterpart to a video that we did previously, and that is really how to sense if someone who you are dealing with is a covert narcissist, a psychopath, someone who has a personality disorder. They are presenting with a superior sense of self-importance. They're trying to garner attention. They have a sense of entitlement. They tend to try to work to control and have power over many situations in the relationship, as well as presenting with a lack of empathy. And a lack of empathy basically just means they don't really ever get where you're coming from. And furthermore, that ripples out into the effect of being very dismissive. And that is a real good indicator that you are dealing with someone who is of a personality disorder, such as a covert narcissist or a psychopath. Someone who does not have empathy and is more so dismissive. Dismissive of your opinions, your feelings, things that you bring up. To be dismissive basically just means to be feeling or showing that something is unworthy of consideration. So it is to treat it as superfluous, that what you are stating has no weight, it has no importance. You might be bringing up something very serious, very significant, very important, and to them it's just, not worthy of their time, consideration, listening, or discussion. They oftentimes will reject this in a very sort of scornful or dismissive way and being very negative. And even though it's something in a normal, healthy relationship that someone would stop and listen or discuss with you, the malignant covert narcissist, the psychopath, will not really hit anywhere within them. It will not hit a fiber of their being. It will not really resonate. It won't be of any merit or any credence or any value. So oftentimes people begin to feel depersonalized around this type of person. They end up feeling uncomfortable. They end up feeling like something is wrong, and they end up feeling bad. They end up feeling inadequate, or they feel like that their interests, their statements, their voice does not matter. So then people, to reach a state of homeostasis or balance in a relationship, will then develop a whole host of defense mechanisms in order to either get this person's attention in a positive, if not negative manner, but to, scream out even louder, and either that or act it in so that, upon not being heard, upon not being validated, the person then begins to take things out on themselves. Hurting themselves, hurting the other people that are significant or important in their life, or furthermore, looking at disdain or being dismissive of themselves. So the depersonalization, the identity that somebody is not really important, the feeling of low self-esteem, the feeling of not really knowing what their purpose is, what their interests are, what their I am is. It becomes not important yet, but to do this though becomes painful, and so people will either react in a number of different ways, namely that of trying to procure or secure this, now newly significant person's attention, admiration, or respect. And people feel just from this relationship that they never really have the respect of this person, so they will spend days, weeks, hours, a lot of money to try to get this person's attention, or to heal the relationship, to heal the wounds, to try to get, things on track with them. And they feel that, no matter how hard they work, that they end up even trying harder and they're just not getting anywhere. They continue to receive this dismissiveness until basically there's going to be one straw that breaks the camel's back, and either the pain will be great enough, and then you'll be able to determine, something is not right. This, relationship is not something that I can fix. And to realize, oftentimes it's so important to understand that, acknowledge it, and let it go. But oftentimes people don't know how. They don't know that that is the right solution because of the idealization phase that occurred, the love bombing phase that occurred in the beginning. The idealization, the feeling that things were, so blissful, that things were so wonderful, that you had met your soulmate, or whatever it is that caused you to be either head over heels. It really matters on the relationship, if it was a lover, if it was a sibling, or if it's about a boss, or someone in your workplace. Really, it can become, the stages can play out a lot differently. But number one, to realize that you're dealing with someone who does have a personality disorder is that you encounter frequently a sense of dismissiveness, and oftentimes a snide or sneer that what you're saying is not important, your feelings don't matter, you're off base, you don't need to see a doctor, you're not sick, you don't need my guidance here, you should never, why do you need me as a parent, why do you need me as a sibling, why do you, all this, it plays out in a number of different ways. And if you are in a love relationship with this person, it can oftentimes be that the scales are unbalanced, and that this person's needs, wants, interests, desires, etc. all become what the relationship is about. It's not about you. It becomes about how much you can love them, and it becomes very one-sided. And so you oftentimes then, people oftentimes, end up constantly just trying to be supplied to this person, that's how they think that love is, that's what love is constantly giving, 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 and never really receiving. And that the receiving is just to be around this person, that you should be, so gracious just to even be around this person, is really sort of the message that the narcissist or the sociopath will end up communicating, is that, that there's no one else like me. I'm so charming. I'm so gallivanting. I'm whatever it is that this person, feels is so endearing about themselves, in their sense of entitlement, and their pathological sense of self-importance, that oftentimes, ends up pervading the relationship and becomes very dismissive to you, your needs, your feelings, your heart. And this can become very hurtful. And so if you've, basically experienced this, then understand that oftentimes this is the ramifications or result of being in a relationship with a malignant personality disordered individual, such as a narcissist or a psychopath. It is your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today, and I hope that these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.